Why, hello there. The sun's bright and it's really, really nice out in the sun. There's a little bit of nip in the air still, but otherwise it's absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about these aeroplanes in America and Canada. Canada. How they're starting to crash. Now, when my father worked for the aviation people, every nut and bolt was numbered, and every nut and bolt they knew where it had come from, so they could have some form of traceability. Now it seems that they're not getting the traceability anymore. It's low quality work. Doors are falling off planes in flight, and they just seem to be turning over. That one in Canada, from my experience of flying, not that I'm a real aircraft pilot, I fly small model aircraft, which I haven't done for a couple of years now, but I'm going to get back into it. In my retirement, I do plan to get back into it. Anyway, what I saw from that aircraft was that it came down rather fast. It was descending too fast. Its glide slope was a bit too steep, in my opinion, anyway, and that's why it bounced and one of the wings fell over. Because you can see as it landed, one of the wings was touching the runway, and you could see sparks and flames coming off the tip of the wing as the wing was being ripped off. You could see flames at the tip. And talking about aircraft as well. I do believe that they have discovered the wreck of the MH370, that aircraft that disappeared in Malaysia with all those people on board. They claim that the pilot went on a suicide mission, which is a bit of a shame. That no one spotted it before it happened. But no, that's life, isn't it, I suppose. But at least now those poor relatives will have some idea of where the last resting place is, and hopefully they'll be able to bring up the black box. It won't be pinging still, but at least the black box may still be intact and water, or hold some data that they can figure out the guy's motives behind it. It was rather a shame, but yeah, it is worrying, isn't it? Well, they say nowadays, isn't it? If it's Boeing, I ain't going. Right? Just the way. I don't know what it is, whether they got cheap labour or what. I don't know. It seems to be the way of the world these days. You get these people that say, "Oh yes, we're only going to employ a certain type of person," and he ain't not quite necessarily the right person for the job, as we're finding out now. Yeah. Anyway, moving on to this Lucy Letby case. You heard about that one? There's questions now over the prosecution, whether they failed to do their research and failed to cross-examine the doctors that were working alongside her. Now, one doctor's broken down and says, "Yeah, it was me. I put the tube down the baby's throat, and that's what caused her to choke." So she was tried and sentenced for that when it was the doctor who's admitted that it was his fault. So maybe there's been a witch hunt. Maybe she has been singled out. But yeah, there's lots of other evidence pointing towards it. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see on this one. I do hope that it wasn't a case of malice. I really hope that it is a case of, because that would just be pure evil. But if it was negligence on part of the doctors, then at least we've got somebody to sue. And of course, the medical profession will have to change their procedures, won't they? Yeah, especially when the doctor says, "Oh, when I noticed she wasn't breathing, I switched into professional mode." Now, I don't know what that means, but certainly when I go to work, I'm already in professional mode when I'm working. So I don't know. Anyway. So it's a nice, I think it's just 2 o'clock, just gone 2:05. So it's, like I said before, in the other, when I do these long ones, I won't put the midterm adverts in. So rest assured, if I go over the 8 minutes, like I tend to do when you rev it on, I won't put the midterm adverts in, just for your viewing pleasure. Yeah, I need to do a couple of videos on. I've got this this DJI wireless set here. So it's the DJI Wireless Mini, which is quite a small little microphone. You can see one of them there, and I don't know if you can see that one there, but they really are quite tiny. And at the moment, they're wireless, going to this particular camera in stereo. Now, I'll have to show you how to connect it up, because this is the Osmo Action 5, and I've got the Osmo Action 4. Well, that's only mono. That comes out in mono, but I can, by fitting this receiver on there, that receiver, I can actually make the Osmo Action 4 into stereo. So I'll maybe do that as well one day. I don't know when I'm going to do it. Probably when I get home next time. The sun will be a bit better. I've got a wide-angle lens for this particular camera as well. You just screw it on. You do have to adjust some of the settings to to get the best out of it. But yeah, a wide-angle thing might be good for walking about if I've got it on my shoulder like I do sometimes. But yeah, I think if you're going to get an action camera, get the Osmo Action 4. Well, that's I think you get a much better picture with that rather than the Osmo Action 5 that I'm using at the moment. It's because there's HDR. HDR makes it look a bit silly. So I'm trying to figure out how to turn the HDR off on this camera. So we'll see. Anyway, what's the time now? Oh, that's all right. I'm 6.5 minutes in. So that's not too bad, is it? Well, the garden is an absolute tip still. We gave a young couple a second hour barbecue. It was still all right, but it wasn't the barbecue that I wanted. So I gave it away to this young couple, who then gave us some paving slabs, because we've got a section of garden down there at the moment that needs a new shed. I don't know where we're going to get the money from, but yeah, I'll have to save up, maybe get a whole new shed fitted down. I don't know how much a new shed will cost. But that will be the idea, is that we get a new shed. So these paving slabs will go on that space down there, and of course we can put the dustbins on it. At the moment, the dustbins are stuck behind the brick shed here and the wooden shed there, and there's not enough room really. And I do need a bit of space for the top box for the car when we go on holiday. Anyway, so that's why the garden's a bit of a mess at the moment. The patio area does need well, it will need a good clear. I know I've got chairs over there, and I've got right in front of me, I've got paving slabs. But at least we've got somewhere to feed the birds now, with this great pile of paving slabs. We sprinkled some. It's so the cats can't get them really. I suppose because it's out in the open, the cats can't really ambush the little birds. Talking of which, this morning when the lady Sarah got out early, she puts out some mealworms. We've got some. What do you call it? The tallow, whatever they call it, lard type stuff. Suet, that was the word I'm looking for. Suet. We put out some mealworms, some suet, and we've got some bird food as well, bird seed. So we put that out. And this morning, right, we had a robins. We had a pair of robins in the garden. We only saw one, but one wren. We've got the faithful blackbird. They're always here, and a blue tit in the garden. And of course the big fat wood pigeon as well. So yeah, that was quite exciting. It's a bit of a shame really, I can't open the kitchen window. What I should really do is to if it's nice one morning, obviously when I come back home, because I'm going away on Monday, but when I come back home, it might be to clear the windowsill, open that window up full, and poke the camera out the window, and get them on the bird feeder. Yeah, I do like the big blue tit that comes in, and the great tit that comes occasionally. But it's definitely, I think it was a great tit that was here this morning, either a blue finch or a great tit, I don't know. I didn't really get to see it very much because they're fast. They're in and out, aren't they? Yeah, there's something going on with my voice as well. It's gone a bit croaky. Talking of medical things, I'm going to do a video on the new injection that I'm on, because I know one of my followers, if they're still following me, that is, was taking Victoza, same as me. And now that Victoza got cancelled, they went on to something else, and I had to suffer without anything. But anyway, that's something else. And I think it's up here. The skin condition that I had that cost me, that I had to have biopsies there, and around this side, is coming back there. So when I come home, I'll go and see a quack about it. Rather get it done early than later. Yeah, having your face cut. The hardest part was the anaesthetic. Bloody hell, did that hurt? That really did hurt. Well, it's all gone on for 10 minutes now. I know, ranting on like I do. Anyway, we'll call this one finished, and I hope you have the rest of your weekend is as good as mine's going to be. We're Sarah's going to see James Martin tonight in Hull. He's come to do a tour, cooking tour, and I'm going to get the recipe book out, and I'm going to cook something rather nice for Sarah on Sunday before we go away. Yeah, Sarah's got a James Martin's cookery book already. She's a huge fan of him, and of course, since we've got rid of the TV license, she can't watch him on a Saturday morning anymore. Well, it's a shame for her, but not so much of a shame for me. But yeah, you know what I mean. Oh yeah, and if you are thinking about giving up your TV license, in 2023, 500,000 people gave up their TV license, and there's no indication that the decline in the BBC license payer has decreased. So there could have been, in the last 2 years, 1 million people dropping their TV license. So it is easy to do. All you've got to do is just disconnect your aerial. Doesn't matter about cancel your Sky subscription as well, because that's a rip-off too. So you can save 170. It's going up, isn't it? Was 167, now it's 172, is it? I don't know, I don't follow it now. And of course, you're saving a fortune by not having Sky. Why would you have Sky and have it on your terrestrial channels anyway? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so what we do is we just have the Fire TV, Firebox, Fire Cube, whatever it's called, an Amazon thing. Plug that in the back, and so on there we've got Disney Plus, we've got Netflix, and of course we've got Amazon Prime as well. So it's not a bother anymore. We don't sit and just watch boring daytime TV. We sit and watch something that we want to watch. Yeah, okay, we chop and change through the channels looking for something, but mostly it's just looking through the menu. So once you've seen something you want to watch, you sit and watch it. And normally we just tend to watch the one movie now. After tea, we'll sit and watch a movie, or even a short TV series, maybe a couple of episodes of that, and then the movie. So yeah, it's not a loss. Losing BBC was not a loss. In fact, I think my heart feels a lot better for not having it. So there you go. Oh, and then the sun's gone in. Anyway, so that's gone on 13 and a bit minutes. So terribly sorry. I'll end it there. End your suffering, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye then.